Welcome to Ganitika.com. This is a website for mathematics lovers, learners, and leaders. Today, let's talk about algebraic identities. There are two common identities called perfect square and difference of two squares, and this is what we are going to do in this video with some examples. Before going further, we should know how to multiply two brackets of algebraic expressions. Say in the first bracket, I have a square added to a circle, and in the second bracket, I have a triangle added to a star. This square, circle, triangle, stars could be variables or could be numbers, anything. I'm just placing the four terms in these two brackets. Now, I need to multiply them term by term. The first term of the first bracket multiplying by the first term of the second bracket will give me square multiplied by triangle, and that will be the first term of my product. And the next term will be square multiplied by this star. So this is my second term and I'll place it in the second position of my product. And since both square and star are having positive sign, they will be added. The next two terms to be multiplied are this and this, circle multiplied by the triangle, and both of them are positive. Therefore, you will have a plus sign after this, and then the product of circle times triangle will be placed at the third position. The next multiplication is circle times star, and since both of them are positive, I have a plus sign after this term, and circle times star will be positioned in the last position of the final product. So these are the four terms that you get by multiplying those two brackets. Next, if you multiply square plus circle with square plus circle, we can write this as square plus circle the whole square, and this is called perfect square. These are the two things that you need to know before you proceed further. Now let's see how to multiply a plus b the whole square. We know that a plus b whole square means a plus b times a plus b. Now we will multiply these two terms in the brackets term by term. So the first two terms, a times a is a square. The first term and the last term will be a times b. Since both of them are positive, we'll have plus ab. Next is these two, which gives you plus ba because both are positive again. Next term is multiplying these two to get b square. Since both are positive, I get plus sign before b square. So the four terms that I'm getting by multiplying a plus b with a plus b is a square plus ab plus ba plus b square. Now I'm going to retain this a square and b square as it is, and I'm going to see how I can simplify the middle two terms. You know that BA can be written as AB. B times A is same as A times B. Therefore, BA I will write it as AB. Now I have two terms AB and AB, which will become on addition 2AB. So I'm finally having A square plus 2AB plus B square as an expansion of A plus B the whole square, and this is the identity of a perfect square A plus B whole square. Let's proceed further and see what is a minus b the whole square. For this, we are multiplying a minus b with a minus b. Now multiplying term by term, a square. The next term is a times minus b, therefore it is minus ab. The next term is minus b times plus a, therefore minus ba. The next term is minus b times minus b, which gives me plus b square. Minus into minus is plus, therefore plus b square. So in total we have a square minus ab minus ba plus b square, and as usual I'll keep the a square and b square as it is. I want to simplify the middle term. As usual, ba can be written as ab, therefore I am having minus ab, which is minus 2ab. So the expansion of a minus b the whole square is a square minus 2ab plus b square. Let's proceed further, but before we proceed, remember very important thing that people always make mistake with is we write a square plus b square is equal to a plus b the whole square, which is wrong because a plus b the whole square is what? A square plus 2ab plus b square. You have the 2ab in between, so do not expand a plus b whole square as a square plus b square. It has to be a square plus 2ab plus b square or a square plus b square plus 2ab. So you have that plus 2ab factor when you expand a plus b whole square. Remember that, as well as in a minus b the whole square, the same mistake that people make. Do not write a minus b the whole square as a square minus b square. That is, do not take the square inside the bracket and making the square of a minus square of b. That's not correct, because you have minus 2ab as an extra term when you expand a minus b the whole square. So remember these two identities carefully. Next, let's see what is the multiplication of a plus b multiplied by a minus b. As usual, we will multiply term by term. A times a is a square. Next is a times minus b should give me minus ab, plus b multiplied by plus a should give me plus ba, and the next term is plus b minus b should give me minus b square, because plus times minus is minus, therefore minus b square. Now I'll retain the a square and b square as we did before, and I'll change the ba to ab as before again, but you should notice here that we have minus ab and plus ab. So what happens here? They are equal and opposite in sign, therefore they vanish off. All that we are left over is with a square minus b square. Therefore a plus b times a minus b is nothing but a square minus b square. Remember, a plus b times a minus b is a square minus b square. It is not a minus b the whole square. That I told you just few minutes before. A square minus b square is not a minus b whole square, but it is a plus b multiplied by a minus b, and this is called difference of two squares. Let's see some examples. How will you expand 3 plus x the whole square using the formula a plus b the whole square? The formula gives you a square plus 2ab plus b square. In this case, a is 3 and b is x. Therefore, we substitute in the places of a and b as given in the question. So, a square is 3 square plus 2ab is 2 times 3 times x, and b square is x square. And simplifying this further, we get 3 square is 9, 2 times 3 times x is 6x, and x square is x square. So, the expansion of 3 plus x the whole square is 9 plus 6x plus x square. Let's take an example of 3 minus x the whole square. What will you use now? The formula for a minus b the whole square, which is a square. In the middle you will have 2ab. In the end you will have b square, which is x square here. But the signs are minus 2ab plus b square. Therefore, minus 2 times 3 times x and plus x square. Simplifying this, you will have 9 minus 6x plus x square as an expansion of 3 minus x the whole square. Let's continue further. In this case, we are going to simplify this expression using the identities. Let's first write this as 4 square and this as 2 times 4 times x and this as simply x square. And I'll use the same signs as given in the question. Now you can notice that this is of the form a square plus 2ab plus b square, where a is 4 and b is x. Therefore, using the identity, this should be reduced to a plus b the whole square, where a is 4 and b is x, remember. So, this expression will be simplified to 4 plus x the whole square, because it is actually in a plus b the whole square form. So, a is 4 and b is x. Therefore, 16 plus 8x plus x square can be simplified to 4 plus x the whole square. Let's do another example. 4x square minus 12x plus 9. What you need to do is, you need to simplify each of these terms so that it matches with the expression of the identity. So this can be written as some whole square as 2x the whole square. 9 can be written as whole square as 3 square. In between, see if you can write it as 2 times a times b, where a is 2x and b is 3. So we can actually write this as a square minus 2ab plus b square, which is equal to a minus b the whole square. And we know that in this case, a is 2x, b is 3. Therefore, this is 2x minus 3 the whole square. I hope you understood this. Try to do more questions of this type from your textbook. Proceeding further, let's take an example of 3 minus x times 3 plus x. You can see the signs are opposite, therefore it is not a perfect square. But this is of the form a plus b into a minus b, which will give you a square minus b square. In this case, a is 3 and b is x obviously. Therefore, a square is 3 square, b square is x square. Therefore, the answer for this multiplication is 3 square minus x square, which can be simplified to 9 minus x square. So 3 minus x multiplied by 3 plus x, you don't need to multiply them by term as long as you can see that it is of the form a plus b times a minus b. You can directly write this as a square minus b square. So you can avoid multiplying term by term in such cases. Let's see if we can go backwards. We have 25 minus x square. Can we express this as product of two terms? Let's write 5 square as 25 and x square as x the whole square, which means we are in the form of a square minus b square, and we have a is 5 and b is x. Using the expansion of a square minus b square as a minus b into a plus b, and a is 5, remember, and b is x, therefore it becomes 5 minus x times 5 plus x is equal to 25 minus x square. So you can also go backwards using the identities. I hope you understood and you liked this video. Thanks for watching and subscribe to the channel to get all the updates. Bye bye.